Welcome to Computer Bargain Training Center. We have a superb show for you today. We're going to talk about online learning. Online learning is something that most people did not know it was going to be so important to us in today's life. But online learning is everywhere. Because of COVID, everybody has to stay home. Because of COVID, we learn that meeting friends, meeting people is no longer a good thing. So we have to look for an alternative. We have to find an alternative to learn, and learning is important in our life. Whatever age we have, whatever uh, level of education that we have, we still need to learn more. And every day, online learning is growing. We used to know online education under the name e-learning. We used to do what's called learning via correspondence. We used to do learning on a piece of paper, shipping information back and forth to our instructors. But now online learning has become more effective, more very simple to do. Today we're going to address the difficulties with online learning, and we're going to address the advantages we have with e-learning. We have our guests, Jean-Marie Olivier, Roger Pierre, with us today to discuss the importance of online learning and the disadvantages and advantages. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to COPEFO.
Good morning, Mr. J. Glad to be here.
Good morning, Jay. Very happy to be here.
Listen up, guys. I've been doing training for a long time, very long time. Training was not like that. Everybody has to come to the training center. We sit together and we do training. I have my lesson plan prepared. I have my expose. I have my props in the classroom, and then we do the training. But now, learning has changed. We have to go online to do e-learning. Uh, some families, it's very easy for them to do. For some other families, it's very difficult for them. If I have somebody who wants to learn computers and doesn't know anything about computers, it's very difficult to do e-learning or online learning with this family. However, if you have the basics of computers already, for example, you know how to go online, you can check your email, you can do your reservation, you can shop online. So these basic things, if you know them already, it is a lot easier to do online learning. And moreover, besides the question of basic knowledge, we have a problem where you have to be equipped with the right tools to do e-learning. To do e-learning, for example, you have to have a space in your room, a space at your house where you dedicated to be independent, not to be disturbed. So if you are in a family where there are 6 people in the house and you're living in a 2-bedroom apartment, it's going to be very difficult because everybody's stepping on somebody else's toes. So you need a private area where people will not disturb you. Secondly, you need a reliable internet connection. As we see during the pandemic, we see people will go in the parking lot of a McDonald's, of a Starbucks, to be able to connect to an online internet connection to have access to the online classes. To me, there is a digital divide that prevents lots of us, that prevents lots of people who are in underserved communities to be able to access the online learning. So with all the issues in mind, we want to talk about the advantages of online learning and also the disadvantages and what can we do to improve online learning. Uh, Jean-Marie Olivier, online learning, you can do training for taxes online. You can do training for how to improve your knowledge in taxation. I can do training on how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I can do training on how to build your online business. But help me understand some of the difficulties that we are all encountering in terms of getting more people to be on online training.
I appreciate the question. As you mentioned, difficulties can become as far as not having a reliable tool. When you mention the internet, you definitely need a reliable computer, a reliable desktop or laptop to be able to do that. Of course, a fast speed internet is definitely appropriate. You gotta have the aspect of having that kind of tool, that relationship. And the one thing that I would say to someone that is interested in online learning, they have to dedicate themselves to do that. They must think of it. It becomes more, you would say, difficult for someone to dedicate themselves in their house, somewhere around, to do that learning for 1 hour instead of going to a class. When you go to a class, sometimes we end up kind of slip throughout the class or not paying attention. But when you do e-learning, it is different. You have to pay attention within that hour, within that half hour, because it is more interactive with the teacher. So we find e-learning is very advantageous to someone that wants to learn. You have to be focused on what you want to do. You have to be focused on what you want to learn, and you have to put a specific time. The time could be at 2 in the morning, it could be at 4 in the morning, when there are not too many movement in the house. Then that could be a good time for you to focus on what you want to learn. Guess what?
Wow.
If you wake up at 4 in the morning to 5 in the morning, you already spent an hour, and it's going to be a quiet time. That's
And
what
that's great to say, Jamal. That's very great to say. The way the classes are structured online, you can get up at any time and go through the materials. You can watch the videos and you can practice. You can do your assignment. But there's one other aspect, Roger, where you have to have a live teacher. Most people who are taking online classes complain about where they give them a bunch of videos to watch, and then after they watch the video, that's when the teacher comes in for an hour, for 30 minutes, and then ask questions, and they expect them to learn from the videos. We do it differently at Computer Ballgates. We are every day, we are online, face to face with the student, and we help them understand the material live. So the approach that you have experienced, Roger, in terms of live connection with the student, while we are doing the class, we are live with them. What's the advantage of the live approach?
You see, that's a very good question. The advantage that I found is the student, when they have a question, you are right there that you can answer their question. And also, if they are not fluent, in the language, for example, some people may have difficulty understand people when they are talking to them in English, depending on what the level they are talking. When we're talking about technical materials, some people may have difficulty understanding, and so when the person is there, they can ask the question. If they don't understand, the person can answer and try to explain to them what it is. And also, I found that it's very good as far as discipline. It gave the person a type of discipline that the person have to have in order to use online education or e-learning, because you have to be focused. You have to be focused. It's important. And the other aspect also, is the rigidity of the class, because you do not have somebody next to you that you can ask what did he or she said about this subject. So it is a very, very challenging type situation, but it is good because if you teach, you kind of learn how to focus on the subject matter when you are taking any class, like doing anything as e-learning or online, whatever, however you want to look at it. That's how
And
I found.
Raj, uh, as an instructor on online training, I find it very, very helpful to some students. For example, when we are doing the classes, we can take over the, the screen. We can look at what the student is doing on the screen. So when we are able to monitor step by step what they're doing, so we can see where they go wrong. If you're doing something wrong, right then and there, we tell you this is what you're doing wrong, and then we can guide you through it. So we have several classes that we offer online. So if somebody wants to take a class online, you should not hesitate to do so, because several classes, they are not expensive at all. It's very affordable. So I'm begging you, I'm telling you, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tells you it's difficult to take an online class, because we make it very, very easy for you. So today, I'm encouraging you today. If you didn't do it before, if you haven't tried it before, please try. Try it, try it, try it, because it's going to improve your knowledge. It's going to improve the time you spend on the classes. It's going to give you more knowledge, and guess what? You are home and you are learning. For example, look at these classes here. We have classes on basic computer training. If you are doing something very basic, we can teach you how to do it. We do basic computer training. We do internet fundamentals. If you don't know how to send an email, if you don't know how to do email attachment, if you don't know how to shop online, if you get into this class, we teach you everything about that. If you're taking a word processing class, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, we can teach you how to use Word. You don't have to come to the training center. You can stay home and we're teaching you how to do it. We teach you PowerPoint. We teach you Excel. We teach you how to put your business online. And if you want to learn things on how to be financially free, you want to improve your financial situation, how to use the stock market, how to use cryptocurrency, how to do your financial planning, we do all that online with you. So lots of classes that we offer, you can stay home and take big advantage of it. There's no limit in terms of your age. There's no limit in terms of your knowledge that you have online. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be an expert to do these classes. So if you're listening to me and you are discouraged by some individuals who are telling you taking a class online is difficult, it's absolutely not difficult. It's with Computer Bargains, it's very easy, and we make it easy. On top of it, if you are close to one of our training centers, you can come to the training center and we work with you hand in hand until you are able to go online and do the training yourself. I'm encouraging you to contact us, call us, email us, chat with us, visit us on our Facebook page, Computer Bargain Training Center. Visit us in our YouTube channel, Computer Bargain Training Center, and you will learn a lot from us.
If I understand, Mr. J, you make it comfortable for someone to really engage in the e-learning. As I understand from Mr. Roger, you have to have discipline. Discipline is a very important, it's an integral, it's very important part into e-learning. If someone does not have discipline, they're gonna have problem to learn online. As you mentioned, online learning, e-learning as we call it, it's not, as you mentioned, it's not a new concept, but as you mentioned earlier, it comes by correspondence. That's where it started. People will mailing their books back and forth. So now through the internet, it becomes electronic learning.
Yeah,
And
but I also have, if I may add something, the approach that Computer Bargaining is taking is totally different, because you can they are assisting the person although they are doing it online, they are doing it at distance, we're talking virtual, but they can go and taking a look at what the person is doing to tell them where they, where they're having problem, what are they doing wrong, what is wrong, what the problem is. This is totally different than the approach of giving people video so they can go at any time look at video, things like this. Although they have video to look at, but that this is an additional. I think that your approach is totally different than what I've seen in the past.
Well,
Really, and guess what? We have we have several students. We have a lot of students who are switching from in-class learning to online learning. There are some students who prefer to go online instead of coming to the classroom. First of all, they don't have to drive. They save time in traffic. They save time with the price of gasoline going so high. Everybody's staying home. They try to save a buck or two. So that's an advantage. Now, lots of people are switching from in-class learning, in-person training to online training because they have more attention. They have a one-on-one instructor who can work with them. And when the class is over, we can still stay offline and continue the learning and help them grow their knowledge. So today, there's not much thing I can say, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot say more. I cannot emphasize it more. Take an online class. When you take an online class, you're going to change your life. Take the first step. Do not hesitate. Give us a call. Visit our Facebook page. Visit our YouTube channel, and you will see the difference. Take the first step, and you'll never regret it. And I was happy with you too. I was happy to be with you here today, guys. And I'm sure we're going to have lots of videos like that to help people change their life from going in person class to online class, because right now it's the best way to learn.
Well, it is the approach, the move toward the future. E-learning is growing faster and faster. As we look at it, whether it's live e-learning or it is online learning, as we mentioned through the video, we definitely need that discipline, and there is a big advantage to go to online education.
You know what, guys? To be honest with you, I kind of like jealous because my days they didn't have that kind of things. So I would love to be, it would have been interesting for me to stay home, not to go out, not to face the. Back then I was in Ottawa. It was very cold, so you could imagine me not trying to go walk outside in the snow to go to school to take a class. So that would be perfect, but unfortunately it wasn't there.
No
Well,
time to be jealous. Yeah, no time to be jealous. I'm sure your friends in Iowa will be happy to hear what
Ottawa,
you say.
Ottawa in Canada.
Oh, in Canada.
Ottawa.
Okay.
Very cool. I'm telling
So
you,
that's in
Ottawa.
Canada. Yeah, Canada is very cold. It's blizzard. You cannot even see where you're walking through. Really, really very bad during the winter time. So we can understand that definitely. So your friends up north in Canada would appreciate it, the online activities, because they're probably watching us right now in Canada, and we thank you for that. So guys and girls, let's move forward
that's
with
right.
the future.
That's
with
right.
Online education.
Let's
Well,
move forward.
thank you.
Let's encourage the most people as possible to take those classes online. There is a wide variety of courses that you take online. You even after you leave the training center, you can go to college, university, take a bachelor's degree. You can take a master's degree. You can take a PhD degree, a doctoral degree online. So do not hesitate. Jump in the waters. It's not deep at all, and it's very comforting. That was a pleasure to be here with you guys, and hope to see you another time.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jay Mary.
Thank you.